guys, it's KO from BlackSkies. We're going to do a recap of the war. We'll go over some of the highlights and lowlights. We'll see what people did well. We'll see what people didn't do well. And from there, we'll pick up a couple tricks, hopefully, and we can all learn something. If anything in this video is, too long, too short, I've never done anything like this before, so please do let me know. We're going to start out with Blaze's attack and why clan castle pulling is so important. As you see, he drops a troop which allows him to pull out the dragon, and then once the dragon's out, he drops a couple more to keep it moving. Once that happens, he circles the dragon, which then allows him to totally pick off the dragon entirely. Once that's happened, basically at this point he can drop his dragons, which will allow him to just start terrorizing the base. As you can see, he drops the rage spell, which just sets those dragons to start destroying everything in their path. They actually form a solid line and just waste things. He continues to drop more and more rage spells and his Bard King, which then means that this battle is over. You might wonder why pulling a clan castle is so important. Here's Daniel attacking one of their high-level bases. As his dragons start to go in and he rages them, you see the clan castle troops start to leave and go in. Here what ends up happening is they end up tying up the dragons while they're in range of so many different defenses. This allows the defender to completely destroy Daniel's dragons to the point where they are so weakened and they pick off so many that there's no way we're going to be able to take this battle. Daniel's few remaining dragons at this point have no chance, and the battle is definitely over. How could we have handled this better? This is the clan castle. We need to lure it. Now we can see right here, that's the edge. It's the only exposed portion, which means we need to attack from this direction. This clan castle and this wizard tower will pull it. So if we first attack this particular army camp, we will be able to eliminate the troops. Brushy's attack starts off by eliminating all four corners so that there's nothing left to tie him up time-wise. This is an excellent plan. Once this is completed, he then starts to try the lure. He starts in this corner, and once the troops move in, the clan castle is pulled, at which point he drops 3 lightning spells to eliminate the air defense on this side, which partially affects the actual troops going out. Now that the troops are out, Brushy drops dragons to attack them. Unfortunately, the Barbarian King has them distracted. So these dragons, while they're trying to rush them, end up chasing after the clan castle reinforcements. But this doesn't prevent them from going in and wrecking major damage. Unfortunately, at this point is where a rage spell would have been ideal. At that point, they would have scattered in all directions, causing massive damage per second, going all over the place, which would have taken the few remaining seconds that Brushy needed to actually wipe this base completely off the map. Overall, an excellent strategy. Unfortunately, just a tiny bit short on time. These last 2 dragons just don't have that last oomph to get the 3rd star in 100%. My Captain U starts off with an excellent attack plan. Use ground troops to remove the outside structures, allowing access to the 2 air defenses. This allows the dragons that he drops to then go in and attack both of these structures. With the destruction of these air bases, his dragons have full access to the inside. Unfortunately, at this exact time, rage spells would have been appropriate. They get so tied up on the town hall, they end up getting slowly picked off, and my cat brings home 2 stars. Now, we all talk about attacking with dragons, and in this case, taking out an air defense is always a good idea. But when you've got dragons, get them to level 2 as fast as possible. Even with that lightning spell, it severely damaged that air defense. You'll notice with this wave of dragons, the 1 reinforcement from the clan castle comes in and wipes out not one, but 2 of their dragons, of the level 1. There's just such a huge improvement. Shortly after this, the rest of the dragons try and take the town hall, but fail miserably, and we successfully defend once again. Failure number 10, well, it didn't actually attack, had a very interesting base defense. They come in with giants, wall breakers, and you see giants go flying, but then comes the P.E.K.K.A.s. Now these little P.E.K.K.A.s and this dragon, Well, the real star of the show is the P.E.K.K.A. and Luia's base. As you see, the P.E.K.K.As continue on their little path, beating up everything in their way. And they just keep going. The entire time, Luia's base is just pummeling them. Even though P.E.K.K.As have a ton of HP, there's only so much even a P.E.K.K.A can handle. As they continue their path of destruction, you must wonder, how much can they put up with? And they just keep going and going. But Luia's base is just constantly attacking them, and they slowly start to fall off. But you do wonder, as they start to enter the inner sanctum, are they going to make it? And then it's over. Depending on what your troop type is, depends on how you should attack. In this particular place, we have air defense, and the one and only is going to launch a dragon attack. First thing we do is have the Barbarian King make a hole. Once the hole has been made, he then drops a whole load of dragons. But that's not all. He finishes it off by adding 3 more in the south, which then makes short work of the entire base. At the very end, when everything is almost completely done, we wonder, what's going on? There's still 7 dragons remaining and 2 builders' huts. Plenty of time for the dragons to wipe them out. This brutal attack on Zachnaldo with a wing of dragons comes flooding in. What's interesting here is, though, it looks to be for certain what we've said time and time again: don't protect your resources. They don't take from your base. In this case, his base design allows those high hit point storage devices to actually slow down the dragon attack. His last remaining air defense continues to slowly pick off dragon after dragon, even though it looks like he's doomed. Zachnaldo successfully defends and keeps them from getting 3 stars just through that sheer use of storage devices and that 1 air defense. Now, war attacks are different than raids. This particular complement of troops is much more suited to raiding than actually fighting a war. As you'll notice, the constant streams of barbarians just completely get destroyed by the area of effect attack time after time. Choose your troops wisely. Here's another example of the same thing. While bards, archers, giants, and wall breakers are typically very useful for raiding and getting to those hard-to-reach storages, for clan wars, they're not quite as effective. You have to go for things that will get to the center and destroy. While you might get a star, you'll never have a chance of getting 2. Dragons are tricky creatures. A line of dragons like this seems like a great idea, as they continue to ravage the base and enter and walk all over everything. But sometimes they group on the outside instead of where you want them on the inside, stealing that 2nd star from you. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it, except watch, cry, and go have a popsicle. Nike Warrior 77 successfully lures the dragon out of the clan castle. However, after defeating it, I was waiting for them to drop those giants, those rage spells, and their reinforcements, and just watch them rip through the base. But then, it didn't happen. What? This attack on JW77 starts off right. Our attacker attacks the corners to make sure that there's nothing left to actually wait for. He then unloads his giants. He follows with the wizards, which go in to clean up the mess after and let the giants take the brunt of the attack. The heal spell effectively keeps the giants going, but not enough. That dragon just ravages those troops and makes short work of them. We're left with the Barbarian King, who goes in to cut a swath of destruction. Unfortunately, as he's basically the only one left standing shortly, this is a lost cause. Air defense plays an important role in defeating dragon attacks. With 4 air defenses, even if they take out 1, when the clan castle troops come out and tie up the dragons, the air defenses all around start picking off the dragons one by one. Even though it was a promising start, unfortunately in this case, we end up with only 1 star. However, we can learn from this and implement it in our own base designs. Pedro tracks the zoos with a wide variety of troops, which just lay waste to everything in their path. But as everything is being destroyed, what ends up being left is the star of this show, Pedro's P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A. survives long enough because there's nothing left in range. With only a mortar tower to pummel P.E.K.K.A., she's not going anywhere. She slams and slams and slams away at everything in her path taking out the town hall. When that's finally finished and she moves on, is when the rest of the defenses, which were too far away to protect the town hall, finally come into play. Pekka doesn't last long, but she achieved her goal of securing that second star for Pedro. For those of you wondering, and most people do, M²82 has one of the most unconventional base designs. While it looks like it would be easy to penetrate, most people have serious issues getting past that ring of defenses around the town hall. While their troops go and attack all the outside areas, the Inferno Towers mow them down. MS's base tends to confuse the AI, sending them in random directions where they're not very effective at all, where they attack worthless items that get them nowhere near the stars they need. The second attack on MS goes over a little better. Having had the opportunity to watch the replay, they have an idea of some of the things that troops will do. Even so, troops regularly get cut down by his packed defenses. When Legend finally unleashes his Hog Riders, they fall prey to the biggest trick of MS's base. Even if they weren't using Hog Riders, that ring of defenses around the town hall prevents anything from choosing it as its next target. When the Hog Riders finally do manage to make it through certain areas, our normal trap of big bombs against Hog Riders wipes them out, leaving just a few lone troops to try and make as much devastation as they can. Unfortunately, 1 star is all that will be had on this base, and MS wins again. Nike Warrior 77 was a huge pain in this war. He was attacked not once, not twice, but 7 times. Niner finally brought out the dragons and wasted him. As the remains of Nike Warrior's village smoldered, a great cheer went up from BlackSkies. Finally, 3 stars. A lot of people use dragons to do their dirty work because they're just so effective, but Rin can show you a different method. After successfully luring the clan castle with a giant, Rin then proceeds to drop a lightning spell and take out the defenses. With that particular hurdle crossed, Rin then drops the rest of his giants and lets them attack the wall. Once the wall is breached, he then drops a rage spell, which allows the giants to go crazy on the defenses inside. Once those defenses have been destroyed, a second rage spell is dropped, allowing them to quickly get through the wall and destroy the mortar and wizard tower. Note the quick drop of the Barbarian King in the top left, while the giants rush the cannon to the right. As the giants are about to start coming under more fire, a quick heal spell is dropped in the path that the giants will proceed to take, allowing them to continue to heal under attack from both the mortar and the Tesla tower. Throughout all this, the Barbarian King is cutting a swath of destruction as 2 healers, just 2 healers, continue to keep him right at the edge of life. It's amazing how much those healers do. At this point in time, Rin only has 2 defensive towers left, of which his troops will make short work of. With no defensive structures left, the giants quickly make work of all the remaining structures. As you can see, dragons aren't the only way to win wars. Rin's well-thought attack deserves further study for those who want to improve. I've said quite a lot about V-formation attacks when dealing with dragons. What you'll notice different from this is not a replay. I decided to put my money where my mouth is and actually show you what one of these looks like in action live. Now I hope you noticed we already had 1 star on this base. It's time for me to pick up the other 2. Now something you'll notice here is it's not important to put these out fast. What is important is the placement. They must be placed in a way that makes the V. In fact, any troops, including the Barbarian King, help with the V. The primary goal in this is to eliminate all the structures on the side so that the middle section of dragons has nowhere to go but up. Rage spells on either side help the dragons push through when they start to get into the range of the air defenses. You'll start to see, if done correctly, a grouping of dragons in the middle that push straight towards the target. That last rage spell is saved to give that extra push in, which allows it to defeat the 2 air defenses and quickly take out the town hall. With the second star acquired, the dragons make short work of the rest of the base. Hopefully this demonstration of the V formation now makes more sense, and you can successfully execute this attack in the future. Another important item of note, this base has already been 1 starred. I get it. We all want achievements. It's free gems. Note, I have 40 towards the gem reward. Upon successfully completing the attack, I was rewarded with 3 towards the War Hero achievement. So you still get it even if it's been 1 starred. However, the real star of this war is our fearless leader Daniel, who starts with a tight V formation of dragons. Dropping a rage in the center of the V is highly important at this time as the clan castle troops come out, without the dragon's ability to quickly devastate them. Another rage spell to the right pushes through more of the defenses. A lone dragon makes his way up to the town hall. As that dragon starts being pummeled by the air defense, Daniel thinks quickly and drops another rage spell so they will out-damage it. While Daniel does not 3-star this base, it does give us the winning star required to win the war. And seeing as this is their rank 5 guy, a 3-star is highly unlikely. However, though we had the winning star, at this point a last attack happened, and I'm so fucking cool, defenses stopped it cold. This was a very close war, with everyone participating to their fullest. Without you all, we wouldn't have done it. We won this as a team, we'll continue to win in the future as a team. Play-by-play and highlighting the war takes a lot of time. However, if you see something that you'd like to see analyzed or explained, or if you feel you have a great defense or a great offense, let me know. Sure, each tack is only about 3 minutes in length. However, it's a lot of watching. Thanks for taking time to watch this, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. Also, any improvements. Again, thank you, and have a great night.